Welcome in, everyone. It is Sunday evening. It is September the 5th. I'm coming at you live. It's 7:30. I would say it's live. It's Saturday night, but it's not. It's Sunday night. And my name's Austin. This is Flashpoint, your turnaround story. Mandy, where does it start? It starts right here. And I hope the audio is coming through. Check. 1, 2, 3. Check. We're going to have some fun tonight. I'm going to read from a book that I grabbed a hold of in the early 90s. And I'm actually streaming on Instagram as well. So I'm going to get into this so I can keep this at 10 minutes or less. I said 12 minutes, right around 12 minutes. This book is curated information from the Napoleon Hill's works. The one book that I have a hold of is The Law of Success, the original version, 500 interviews. I can only imagine the information he had, curated over and over again, distilled in this book, which you may have never heard of. This book is called Napoleon Hill's A Year of Growing Rich, and it was a follow-up from these other works. I read Think and Grow Rich. It transformed my life at that time in the early 90s, and then I just became I had a hunger, like you got to be hungry. Like I had that hunger, and I started reaching out for different books. And I found this in the early 90s. And so what it is, it's a weekly reading. Every week there's a reading. Now, what the book suggests, and by the way, the book forward was written by W. Clement Stone, who founded Aon Corporation, which was a multi-billion-dollar company. And that's a company that W. Clement Stone started on $500 in the early 1900s and grew it. He was Napoleon Hill's manager for 10 years. He wrote the foreword. And what they suggest is you read each week every day. So you read it every day for a week to drive the theme home. I'm going to read it for you. You're free to play it back as many times as you want if it inspires you and moves you. Good evening, Mandy. I love talking to you earlier today. All right, here we go. I'm going to jump into the book, the week number 1, and this is called No One Drifts to Success. No one drifts to success. Okay. You don't have to be a futurist or a fortune teller to be able to predict someone's future. You can do so by asking him or her one simple question. What is your one definite purpose in life? And what plans have you made to attain it? If you ask 100 people that question, 98 of them will answer with something like, I'd like to make a good living and become successful as I can. While the answer sounds good on the surface, if you dig a little deeper, you will find a drifter who will never get anything out of life except the leftovers of truly successful people. Those who have a definite purpose and plan for those who have a definite purpose and plan for attaining it. To be successful, you must at this moment decide exactly what your goal is and lay out the steps by which you intend to reach it. Now, I'm going to interject because I can't help it. I have to interject. If you don't have your definite plan and purpose, because this language is really like, boom, get it now. You know, set your goal right now. Set your definite purpose right now. And I would love to say that's the story, but it's not. Sometimes we don't know what the answer is. But then your definite purpose, make your definite purpose to go on your own personal research project for yourself. That's your definite purpose. I will uncover my definite purpose. I believe you can still get a copy of this book. This one was copyrighted in 93, shortly after. Actually, this was the same year that I had my wake-up call, actually. More on that later. Let me get back into the story. Years ago, I worked with a fellow named Stuart Austin Weir. Go figure that. Of Dallas. He was a contributor to a magazine I edited and was just getting by financially. He would probably have remained a starving writer if a story was written about an inventor hadn't suddenly inspired him to change his life. So what he's saying, he probably would have stayed in that same vein had he not read this story about a certain inventor. Hint, 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 hint. Much to the surprise of those who knew him, he announced that he was giving up journalism and going back to school to become a patent attorney. He wasn't going to be just any patent attorney. He was going to become the top patent attorney in the United States. That's a definite purpose right there. He put his plan into action with such fervor that he completed law school in record time. When he began his practice, he deliberately sought out the toughest cases. Soon his reputation spread throughout the country, and his services were in such high demand that even though his fees had reached astronomical levels, he was turning away more clients than he accepted. That's what happens when you're on purpose. Lesson, grab this. The person who acts with purpose and a plan attracts opportunities. How can life give you anything if you don't know what you want yourself? How can others help you succeed if you haven't decided on how to get there yourself? Only with definiteness of purpose will you be able to overcome the defeats and adversities that will stand in your way. Now, what I say is, he says definiteness of purpose. I like to say the purpose that's connected to your heart. And by the way, if you don't have it, that's okay. You're in the right place. You're in the right place. If you don't have it, that's okay. It's time to work together to create your definiteness of purpose. And I don't care what stage of life you find yourself in, please. This does not have an age attached to it. All that it wants is your open heart to connect to your purpose. One of America's earliest and most successful franchisors was Lee Marantz, a man who knew what he wanted and how to get it. A mechanical engineer, Marantz invented an automatic ice cream freezer that made soft ice cream. Wow. He envisioned a chain of ice cream stores from coast to coast and worked out a plan to make his dream a reality. He, like many others since, built his own success by helping others achieve theirs. He helped people set up ice cream shops by furnishing, construction, and design plans, a revolutionary idea at the time. He sold the ice cream machines at cost and made his profit from the sale of the ice cream mix. You've heard these stories before, right? The result? That chain of stores Marantz was determined to create across the country. Grab this quote right here. If you have a strong belief in yourself, in what you are doing, and what you want to do, no adversity is too difficult to overcome, he said. If you want to achieve success, make today the day you stop drifting. Decide upon a definite goal. Write it down. Commit it to memory. Decide exactly how you plan to achieve it. Then begin by putting the plan into immediate action. Your future is what you make it. Decide now what it shall be. If you don't know what your definite plan or purpose is today in this very moment, it's okay. You're in the right place. You may find yourself in a job that you don't like, doing work that doesn't inspire you. Let that be your cue to make your definite purpose and plan to discover your true mission and purpose in life. And I don't care what stage you are. You hear me? I don't care what stage you are in life. You can reinvent yourself. You can discover what it is. It is in you. Your job is just discover it, maybe to go through some of the layers. Maybe you see a problem in the world that can be fixed. Maybe you're passionate about making the world a better place. Maybe you're passionate about making one person's world better. And I want to share this with you. Napoleon Hill has another book called Outwitting the Devil that was never released until long after his death. And I won't get into too much detail, but it's worth highlighting. In this incredible book, Napoleon Hill talks about this interview with the devil that he had. And he says the devil's master plan is drifting. According to the book, Outwitting the Devil, the devil exclaims, if I can cause a man or woman to drift, they will fall into my clutches. It sounds like a crazy concept, but the point is well taken. And here's what I want to say to you. We all drift. We all slip off track. We all lose connection with our purpose. But if you're getting this video, either live, playback, this is an opportunity. It's like smelling salts. It's like you can make a new decision. You can reinvent yourself. You can do work that's more meaningful. I quit my 19-year job. I was making six figures. I had a nice road ahead of me. I was offered promotions. But it wasn't my true definiteness of purpose. After becoming a mediocre to top salesperson, I went through my own discovery process to realize my gift was teaching. That was my gift. So what I want to share with you is if you like this, we're going to do this once a week in our private group. And I just had a lot of people on. It looks like they came off, but I'm going to put the link here. We're building a private community. We're going to be adding more people to it. And we do things like this in the private group where you can, oops, that's the wrong one. I apologize. Disregard that link, everyone. I thought I copied this. This is what happens when you need some other production help. So let me put this one in here and let me see if I can remove these other two. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if I'll have to delete it. Okay. So this tonight was the reading from this book, Napoleon Hill's A Year of Growing Rich. I went a little longer tonight because I'm setting up the book. It's the Napoleon Hill concepts that he interviewed over 500 of the 500 millionaires, the most successful people that ever walked the planet at that time. He put all that information together and it's curated here weekly. So you can get a weekly topic and you can drive that topic home every single week. So if you like this, we're going to do this in the private group. This was a sample tonight. If you want to be inspired, if you want to continually look to get inspired, this is the place to be. We are going to continually pour out valuable information, and not just from me, but from people in the community like Mandy, who is an incredible speaker, great content. Living with conviction in purpose allows us to avoid distractions. Boy, distraction might be the enemy, isn't it? If we drift, we tire like chasing the wind and end up in the mire. So I'm going to wrap this up. I thank you for joining me tonight. This is awesome. This was a live reading from the book of Napoleon Hill. And if this resonates with you, get into our private community where we're going to continue to read from this book once a week. And you're free to listen to it. You know, the playback, you can get right to the reading and probably cut through it. It's only like a 5-minute read or whatever. And you can get that inspiration for your week. So to close this out, definiteness of purpose. What is your definiteness of purpose? What is it that you want to be definite with? What is it that you aspire to? Make it a definite plan, make a definite decision that you're going to discover it if you don't know it. And if you know it, but you've drifted, I want you to get back into it and dig into your purpose, the reasons why you will follow through. Why will you follow through? All right, everyone, that's what I have for you on this beautiful Sunday night. I'm going to get back into closing out my week so I can get ready for another amazing week. All right, everyone, bye for now. Bye-bye.